so popular. This is the Key West Sunset Braided Hibiscus Patio tree, but what's very, very special about this one is that you're getting 4 different colors of hibiscus on one tree, and you have that gorgeous braided trunk.
Yes, indeed.
All of this, featured price, $58 and change, and free shipping and handling. I highly recommend reserving yours now because you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. It will be the focal point of your garden. It will be that tree that everyone talks about.
Look at that.
Stunning.
This is sculpture right here. The one we're showing you right here, this big one, this is about 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
But these are hand braided, custom grown. You can't get this anywhere else. I was wild about this when I first saw these. I've seen them in one color, but to have 4 colors on this, each bloom is more beautiful than the next.
Right.
All season long. You bring them inside when frost comes. They bloom all winter long inside. This is the #1 favorite photograph plant on my Facebook page.
Oh, I believe it.
People post it all winter long, and you can see why.
Well, you know what's funny is when we had our last show, I shared that show with Rachel Bosing, QVC host.
Fun.
And this, I took pictures of them, and this was the one I took a picture of you guys around this.
Well, Rachel threw herself down on the ground, and she rolled around a little bit. I thought, what is this, a concert or something?
Yeah, she said, look, it's hibiscus. I'm going to pretend I'm on vacation. I'm taking a seat. I'm going to lay down.
She went to it.
Yes. Now, 4 gorgeous colors.
Yes.
So you're getting kind of the orangey type color, and the
pink and the yellow, the peach.
And the peach.
It's everything going on here, but it really is an absolute party. It's a focal point. It's a photo op.
Yep.
And also, if you've got a small garden, it's one of those things that adds so much pizzazz to a small garden. If you've got a small garden, it's even more important to have something that nobody else has.
Yeah.
A big garden, you can get away with big expanses of common things. A small garden, you've got to be more discerning. You've got to carefully pick things out. And when people call me in to design gardens, I have to say, the small gardens are the most difficult because there's not a lot of room to make a mistake.
Right, you have to make good decisions.
This is a good one right here, as we say.
This really is, because you're getting 4 different colors of hibiscus on this one tree. This is the only tree we have in the show. It's at a featured price of less than $60 and free shipping and handling. This will be the focal point in your garden. Wouldn't it be nice to get a pair of these and line the doors like you've seen there? Wouldn't this be nice just on the patio? I was thinking after the show last time, this would be the one I would buy for my mother for her garden.
And I have a client who lives just above San Francisco.
Yeah.
She buys 30 to 40 of these every year and sends to her clients.
Oh, how nice.
She does, because she says they love them and they expect wonderful things from her, but she's sending something out to them that they can't get anywhere else. That's the thing, and for me, this is an insurance policy for my design projects. My clients who can afford anything can't find this because we're the only ones that have it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's the nice thing that, you know, the only place you can get this is here.
It's here. So if I went to a garden store just out there somewhere, I wouldn't be able to find this.
No.
What would I find?
You'll find either just one color. It may be braided, but it'll be one color. It's usually the red one. That's usually the one you'll see. Sometimes you'll see the peach one. But we've got 4 colors on one plant. And you want to know how big it is? When I ship it out.
This is how it comes?
Child, this is the way it is. There's a growing guide.
Child.
Come to Daddy. Take a look at this.
Wow.
It's a beautiful braided trunk already, so I'm not messing around. People say, well, what do I do about braiding it? Well, you don't have to braid it. We already did that.
This is hand done?
This is hand done, and also this is tough. This is not green wood, this is wood. It's tough, and you've also got a nice crown on it, and this is the way it will ship out to you. And then later this summer, this is this. This is potted up in a little larger pot. This is what yours will look like this summer.
This summer.
This summer. This is where yours goes. This is a great look for your garden and a beautiful representation of what you can expect, and you will wow your friends with this.
Oh, those are some gorgeous, gorgeous blooms.
I just love the colors. And the blooms, by the way, are big.
Yeah.
You can also float these flowers. We talked about,
Okay.
you know, floating the clematis blossoms. You can float these too. You got different colors coming on all the time, and people will say, how did you get that? Where did you get that? All of these things, and it's one of those things where you could be proud of your garden because you've got
Totally.
something unique.
And now, how often do you water this?
I keep mine evenly moist.
Okay.
They don't like to dry out, but they don't want to be boggy either. I keep them in a container. About a 22-inch diameter container is certainly perfect. And that way you can move it in, but also because it's a topiary, they look more beautiful in pots to me.
Oh, okay.
And then when frost time comes, bring it inside, put it in a sunny window. Va-va-voom, you got blooms all winter.
Va-va-voom, I love it. And when can we expect it to look like this one?
In 4 years.
In 4 years?
In 4 years. But if you don't want yours to get this big, they're very easy to trim back. And what I advise people, when you want to bring it in, unless you've got an atrium, you can trim it back really, really hard before you bring it in and keep it evenly moist in the wintertime and just don't fertilize it. But it takes our general bud and flower booster every couple of weeks during the growing season.
Oh, okay. Now, do you want to remind you that you're getting the growing guide with this one as well? So when you get this home, if you have any questions, just open up this guide and all the info that you need from Cottage Farms is going to be right here. I recommend holding on to all of these. I know, Philip, you file them away, right? And then
I do. I file them in a little box and I
Uh-huh.
keep them underneath the cabinet where I keep all of my fertilizers.
Ah, there you go.
And so they're all side by side. And listen, I have to tell you, I kept a schedule last year about fertilizing because I get lazy, I forget, or I get too busy. Don't do that.
Right.
Write it in your daily reminder or put it in your phone to remind you I'm fertilizing on Tuesdays or
Yes.
whatever it might be. And then
Perfect.
do it. I did it last year. It made all the difference in the world. The plants were more robust. And you know, I like to think I know everything. Well, guess what? I don't, and I have to be reminded of it.
Well, that's not such a bad thing. We all need reminders. You can get this home and start enjoying it for less than $60. It's at $58 and change, but I highly recommend ordering early because like
This
all
season.
plants, yeah, if it's, you know, if we sell out of it, we sell out of it. And this one has been hot. Now I want to ask you, you have ivy
Yes.
down here, but what else could go with this tree?
Well, you got the New Guinea impatiens. If you pick those up, you can plant those underneath it. You can also, there are a number of things that could go underneath it. You could even plant herbs underneath it if you wanted to do that.
Very cool.
But even if you don't put anything underneath it, they're just beautiful and they're absolutely elegant. Sometimes I just do moss underneath it.
Ooh, I like
Sometimes I
that.
do Spanish moss underneath it for a nice, clean topiary look because this looks like the south of France to me. I'm not going to France this year, but I got a look that looks like the south of France.
Gosh, and I think it looks like Hawaii.
Well, it does too.
Yeah.
You
Well-
can just do a mind trip on this plant anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, you know what? It just says vacation, so you pick the destination, but you can get this in your garden. How amazing would it feel to walk outside and see this every day? I
Right.
mean, wow,
And I
4
had
different colors of hibiscus on one tree.
And I tell you, I have when it's outside, I have it positioned where I can see it from a window. Because I really want to enjoy it. I don't want to have to go outside to see it.
Yeah.
It may be outside on my patio, but I have it where I can see it from the window.
Perfect.
Which is nice. And it gets in August when it's really, really hot and things are starting to look tired in the garden. This thing is hitting its stride. It is absolutely beautiful. It loves the heat. Keep it evenly watered and do the fertilization on it. And I also mulch mine. That cuts back on the watering, and we'll put a saucer under it. These
Okay.
are in whiskey barrel size containers, but 22-inch diameter certainly works as well.
Well, that looks amazing right there next to a fountain. What a gorgeous garden that is. But there it is on either side of a doorway. So think about picking up multiples of these. You're getting this home for less than $60, and it is a tree. I mean, it's a tree,
It
you
is a
know?
tree,
It's not just a little
and
flower.
it is a nice tree when we ship it out. And just to show you this is the way it ships. It's already braided, so you can see that this is going to go to town. The big one I've got back here, it's braided to the same level. It's just thicker, so you don't have to braid it up any further. It's there. This will just get better and better.
And then in 4 years, look what you can look forward to. A big, big, gorgeous Key West Sunset Braided Hibiscus Patio tree, item M46272. This will be the focal point and the most talked about piece in your garden.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, still to come in the show, ooh, the 6-piece